Students, up till now we have seen the bodies which are moving, the objects which are moving relative to each other, and we have even seen the effect of the gravity or the acceleration which will result in the change in velocity and so on. But we have never come across what happens to the energy that we know, which is in terms of kinetic energy or potential energy. Similarly, whether these bodies, when they are moving, whether there is going to be some energy loss, that means the energy will be converted to some other form of energy, or it will be wasted in performing some work which could be against, say, the frictional force, or it could be against some spring and so on. We are required to deal with all these things in the successive lectures, but in this particular lecture we will be dealing with the very basic concept when the two bodies are actually hitting each other, that is called as the impact. So the topic called as impact, and which will take into account basically two laws. First is law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy, which simply says that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only one form of energy can be converted to some other form. The second law that we are going to deal with over here is law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum, which says that the momentum before the impact is nothing but the collision between two bodies or say several bodies. Now the momentum before the impact will be same as that of momentum after the impact. So we can simply say that momentum, it is nothing but the product of mass and velocity. So we can simply say that sigma m into v before impact is equal to sigma m into v after impact. So we will be basically dealing with these two laws when we are talking about the direct and the central impact as such. Let us consider a general case, and we are required to study all the cases over here. Say there are two balls of mass m1 and mass m2. So there is difference in their masses. Mass m1, this ball is moving towards right with velocity u1, and mass m2 is moving towards left with velocity u2. And of course at one moment they are going to collide, so they hit each other. M1, M2, this is the impact. And then they will start moving in the opposite direction. Now there should not be any difficulty in understanding this particular case. That is, two bodies, they are moving towards each other, they hit each other, and then they move in the opposite direction. We are assuming that there is going to be the impact which is a direct one, and these velocities are the linear velocities. That means they are collinear, that is, they are along the same line. Now when we apply law of conservation of momentum to this, we can simply say that m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Now this is going to be the momentum before impact equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2, that is after impact. So this is what we mean by law of conservation of momentum.